What sort of impact is this strike action having so far today then?
Look, Colette, it's having an enormous impact, and you have to remember that this is the second day of disruption. And when you speak to nurses and doctors on the front line, on the first day they told us, look, whatever about withstanding one day of industrial action, this is having an enormous impact, and there are further dates in the diary and no resolution in sight. We were speaking this morning with one patient, Martha Donovan, who's from Portlaoise, and Colette, she was diagnosed with a type of blood cancer back in October of last year, and Martha 2 months ago was given a date for stem cell harvesting. It's a date that she'd had in her diary for a long time, and she was preparing for it. Because of this strike action, that appointment has now been cancelled, and Martha has no future date in the diary, and she says this is a matter of life and death for her as a patient. She says she does not have time to wait around.
After going to the hospital, psyched up to get my big blast of chemo, I was told that it wasn't going ahead due to the strike. I'm very stressed, I'm very worried, as I have high risk multiple myeloma, so time is of the essence for me to get it done as quick as possible. And I just wanted to bring it to your attention that there are a lot more people out there who are suffering and need for this to go ahead and for the strike to stop or get resolved in some way so that we can continue on with our lives.
Well, Colette, Martha is just one of thousands of patients affected by this strike, but for the lab scientists on the picket line, they say they don't want to be here. They want to be in the hospital providing that service for their patients. They do not want to be here. Speaking to Brona O'Leary, who's head of industrial action with the MLSA, she says there's been no meaningful engagement with the HSE or the government since last week.
There were phone calls about about the same things we've been discussing for 6 months that haven't been adequate to solve it.
As we speak right now, there's no date in the diary for a meaningful discussion. Am I right in saying that?
You're absolutely right as we speak right now, yeah. Unfortunately.
But further dates for more strike action?
Yes, we'll be having another 3-day stoppage as well as tomorrow. So it's 2 days this week and 3 days next week if we don't get a meaningful engagement. We are ready and waiting and available to get around the table to solve this because it needs to be solved.
But Colette, I think you can sense there the enormous frustration coming from those medical lab scientists. They wonder how much longer will they have to be on the picket line for. They have a date in the diary for tomorrow and 3 further dates next week. But the reality of all of this, Colette, and the real knock-on effect is the everyday patient trying to attend those appointments in hospital.
Zara King at St Vincent's Hospital in Dublin, thank you for that.